I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman.
When multiculturalism is added towards the education plan, it can aggressively change the way a student feels towards their classroom. Multicultural education is an idea, an educational reform movement. A multicultural classroom is constructed so that both the students and the teachers are comfortably and appropriately accepting of male and female students, exceptional students, and students who are members of diverse racial, ethnic, language, and culture groups, so they will have an equal chance to achieve academically in school. It is necessary to conceptualize the school as a social system to implement multicultural education successfully. An important idea in multicultural education is that some students, because of the lack of characteristics that they may have to mainstream students, have less of a better opportunity to learn than students who belong to other groups and who have different cultural characteristics. Unfortunately, some institutional characteristics of schools systematically deny some groups of students equal educational opportunities. In the early grades, the academic achievement of students of color, such as African American, Latinos, and American Indians, fall behind the achievement of white mainstream students. English-speaking classrooms without the assistance of ESL teachers or special education instructors with non-white students may find multicultural education a dilemma. There is an opening for acceptance of a diverse educational course, but the environment of the school may lack what is being taught. A school with African American, Caribbean, Latin American, and Vietnamese students may allow the teaching of their history or the ongoing conflicts in their countries. However, the hallways can be blind to the emotions of these students through the social ideas of celebration. During the Christmas season, hallways are decorated with Christmas trees and Christmas-themed parties. The hallways release a biased correlation towards holidays and the students' religious beliefs. This causes a sense of neglect of a student's background. Many students of ethnic backgrounds feel that the lessons are being taught but not being encouraged. As an African American student who participates in a history class, they may feel that the discussion of Civil War and slavery expresses a concern for their culture and history, but the month of February, the school denies attention towards Black History Month. Hallway must express awareness, and if it can't, provide correct vocabulary and a proper way to think and be aware, then it may all be seen as too pre-packaged, a parroting of the right theme rather than the right learning. In many classrooms, students are taught to tolerate the acceptance of other students, but instead what should be taught is understanding of other children in their classrooms. This progression towards education in the United States is greatly measured by the progression of multiculturalism. In multicultural education and in discussions of cultural diversity, more generally, the focus has been in visible, explicit aspects of culture, such as language, dress, food, habits, religion, and aesthetic conventions, while implicit and invisible aspects of culture are also important. Examples are, how long in clock time can one be late before being impolite? How can one conceive and experience emotionally or physically as pain? And how can one display such pain behaviorally? What topics should be avoided in the beginning of these type of conversations? Students being challenged to adapt and learn through their peers offer a new understanding of the world around them. A student can only truly open their eyes when they can involuntarily open their hearts and their opinions of their peers, respectfully. Multicultural teaching is seen in the discussions of the Holocaust, Vietnamese War, and other sensitive topics of American education. To produce a successful reform movement, the sensitivity of a student's awareness and feeling towards their country's part in history can greatly change some students' view of what they consider as multiculturalism. For this education reform to be effective, a student cannot feel as if their history and identity is being questioned or incorrectly illustrated by a teacher. Multiculturalism stops racism, and it's widely used in any field where segregation is evident. a teacher's lesson plan must be properly and safely executed. Multiculturalism in education offers a personal view of the boundaries and the effects of teaching towards an education system. As the youth is always the future, it is very important that education is always accessible, especially to those who are members of diverse racial, ethnic, language, and cultural groups. Four main issues concerning cultural have special relevance for educators: the notion of culture as invisible as well as visible, the politics of cultural differences in school and society, the inherent diversity of cultural and subcultures within the human social group, and the diversity of cultures within the individual. A perspective on the self as multiculturally constructed. As many fight for fair and equal education, multiculturalism will be the movement greatly critiqued. But with the help of foreign students and teachers, this movement will forever progress.